Hello, everyone. Day 2 of getting used to hearing myself through a loudspeaker. Hey, I'm George. I'm going to be running Touhou 6 Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, a challenge one actually, a little bit of a difference for this marathon. For the 2 people that know what Touhou is, you're going to be in for a ride. For the 50 people who don't, you're also going to be in for a ride. But I also have to explain what Touhou is for you. Touhou is a bullet hell or shoot 'em up game, which means lots of things are going to come at me. I have a tiny hitbox, I have to dodge all of them. And before we start, because Touhou is an incremental difficulty, I'm just going to quickly go into stage 6, just show you all what's gonna happen like later on in the game. Yeah, that's what's going to come at us. Stuff like that. But yeah, we're here. We're gonna do a hard no bombs run. Touhou, there are bombs. You're supposed to use them. They clear all, bullets, enemies, everything on screen, but we're not gonna use them. This is a challenge run. And we're gonna do it with no bombs. We have 8 lives throughout the entire run. And we're gonna be using Raimo B. This is A, she's a homing shot, but Raimo B has much more shot type damage, so we're gonna be using her. If tech is ready, alright, then let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Touhou is a shoot 'em up. Right at the start of the game, I have to explain a little bit about the power system in this game. You start at 0 power, and that's not good because, the less power you have, the longer bosses take, the more you have to survive. It's not just a, speedrun thing. We are the speedrun marathon here after all. But it's also a fact of the longer you have to survive for a pattern, the more chance there is of you just dying. So you definitely want as much power as you can. 21 power into this section is pretty decent. My best is 24, so, we're pretty close to that. And I think we also got a big P here. That's amazing. So there are regular power items and big P are power items. These give 8 power. So we have 34 powers into the stage 1 mid-boss, which is Rumia. She's also the main boss. In Touhou 6, lots of the bosses are also mid-bosses of her stage. But as quick as she starts, she goes already. And that, by the way, was the first spell card in Touhou history. Touhou 6 introduced the spell card system where enemies have non-spell attacks and spell card attacks. Right here in the stage portion, I'm just trying to weave in and out of these enemies that are shooting red bullets at me and trying to spend as much power as I can without obviously running into any of these bullets. And this is just stage 1. Every stage in this game, and in general any Touhou game, gets exponentially harder than the previous stage. So you're gonna be in for a ride. Just damaging some enemies here, just getting on. That's another big P. We're going to get a lot of power here. 69! Nice! 69 power. Alright, here's Rumia. She's the main boss of stage 1 as well. Touhou, by the way, has amazing music, by the way. If the tech wants to bump up the game audio as much as you can, you are more than welcome to. You don't need to hear me, all you need to hear is the game audio. Alright, this is the first big difference where I would say this is the difference between me doing this as a challenge run versus a speedrun. Doing a speedrun, I would stay as close as possible to her. But treating this more as a challenge run, I will play it safe because my goal is to die as least times as possible. Also, I've just noticed that I've accidentally started on 4 lives instead of the default 2, but that's fine, we can just count the lives anyway, or deaths, it doesn't really matter. The only downside of this is that this would technically, I guess, not be valid for official submission, I guess, for Touhou World Cup, but who cares about that? I'm not good enough for Touhou World Cup anyway. Welcome to Stage 2! Stage 2, by the way, has one of the most famous bosses later on. You might have even heard of her. She's called Cerno. She's I guess, like a ice fairy, whatever. I don't really look at the lore of Touhou games. Touhou is known about the shoot 'em up, not about the lore of the characters, but there are a lot of characters in Touhou games. But stage portions are generally pretty chill. It's mostly just, dodging enemies, and because Touhou patterns are completely static, well, static as in the patterns are predefined, but, the bullets may have some RNG to them, and the enemies may have, different positions, but in general, you have, the same kinds of patterns. So it's a lot about memo, knowing what the game will throw at you, but later on the game will just throw so much stuff at you that it does become also about a lot about reacting to the specific pattern that the game throws at you. This mid-boss here, by the way, doesn't have an official name, and most importantly, it doesn't matter how long I take for it. Because you can see I just waited here for a solid 5 seconds. If I take longer for the mid-boss, it will just drop me at a later portion of this stage. I just missed that big P, that's amazing. That's what I get for talking. Anyway, just trying to collect as many big pieces as many power items as possible without obviously dying, and that is full power. That also clears all bullets on screen if there were any bullets on screen at that moment. And right now I'm just going from left to right because you can see if you look at the top of the play area, there are like these little, I guess, red or like rose fairies that are spawning. If I let them spawn in, they will shoot a lot of bullets at me. I'm going to do alignment here. I'm going to align the orbs of Raimyu on the high score text on the right, like that dot, go to the left, and that is a safe spot. I can stay here, and her attack will just go through me. that is the Cernos safe spot for a first non-card attack. And that's how you do Cernos' first attack really easily. Alright, for Cernos' first spell card is a little bit harder, but it's, you know, pretty simple for what the game will throw later. As if I die on this, then that would be pretty much a miracle. And now that I said that, I will probably die. Alright, now we get. Also, you may have just noticed the sound, or heard the sound that appeared. That was the 1-up sound. I just reached 10 million score, and so I got a 1-up. I will also get a 1-up at 20 million score, 40 and 60 million. And there are also 1-up items that drop after the Stage 3 mid-boss and Stage 5 mid-boss. So in total, we will get 6 extra lives. We would normally start with 2 lives, but I configured the game wrong. So that's my bad, but it doesn't really matter. I guess extra marathon safety. Alright, this card can actually wall me if I'm extremely, extremely unlucky, but I haven't experienced it in a while. I will shut up next time. Alright, first death of the game, that's fine. I have, for marathons, I usually have a death on Cerno planned, just because I'm talking so much, and sometimes I will just, while talking, run into a bullet. That is just the curse of running for a marathon. Unfortunately, that means we're not getting a hard perfect. I was hoping eventually I would get a hard perfect at a marathon, but you may also notice that bullets are a lot slower now than they were before. And that is because the game has a rank system. Also, Cerno is just pushing me to the right. That is unfortunate. Or like how bullets are, that is. The game has a rank system. The longer you survive, the harder the game actually becomes. So this pattern would be much, much harder if I just didn't die on there.
Hey, George.
Yeah?
This game looks incredibly hard. When would you like me to read some donation messages for you?
Right now, actually, because this beginning of Stage 3 is pretty much just memo. This is perfect.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to start with a very special one. It's from George's mom, sending $20 saying, I wish everyone at SpeedCon a lot of fun. Thank you so much. And Fritz has sent $20 saying, let's see that bonus level. And indeed, we have met the bonus incentive.
Yeah!
Thank you so much. Carly Brown, I think it means Carly Brown here, has sent $30 after their amazing run of Spelunky, saying, let's go, RNG can't stop us from saving the children. Yes, your run was amazing despite the bad RNG we had. We still enjoyed it very much. And XP sends us $20 saying in German, viele Grüße an der Menge. Thank you so much, everybody, for the amazing donations. We have surpassed $450. I'm so proud of you.
Wow, that donation counter went up really fast. I remember the last time I looked, it was like 250. Now we're at 450. Amazing. Amazing. Keep supporting Save the Children. It's an amazing charity. We're here at the Stage 3 mid-boss now. It's Mailing again. She's also the main boss of Stage 3, so we'll see her again later on. This pattern can wall you, and I think I'm about due for a wall here. No, I'm not. The red and the blue bullets can align together really badly if you're really unlucky, and that can just make the pattern impossible if you're incredibly unlucky. But we're good here. This is a pattern where I'm going to have a little bit of a gamer stay here because I'm going to have to very carefully dodge around, and it's also visually confusing. And I struggle a lot with visually confusing patterns. There's the 1-up I mentioned earlier from the Stage 3 mid-boss, which is Mailing. And now it is time for the second part of Stage 3, where I'm actually going to have to do a little bit focus because I have to do a very specific route. Because if I don't take out these fairies at the top, they will start shooting a lot of bullets, these white bullets specifically. Okay, yeah, that was close. As you can see, if I don't take them out immediately, they will spawn lots of these, and dodging can become really hard. Again, take them out as soon as you can, pretty much. That's why memos are really important in Touhou games. And that is Stage 3 done. And we are here at the main boss. Mailing has probably like the most chill, but also, I don't know how to describe her music. It's really cool. I really like her song. I also really like her first spell card. It's not a hard spell card, but in my opinion, it is the most visually pleasing spell card. Not just in the game, but like in the entirety of Touhou. That's just my opinion, though. If you disagree, let me know. Or let them know in the comment section of the YouTube videos, which I believe the runs will get uploaded if the host wants to talk about that quickly, what I deal with Mailing.
Of course, I can talk about that. Well, there is a SpeedCon YouTube channel. I think I can just put that here into chat, can I not? Yeah, there it is. You can see the speedcon.eu/YouTube will send you directly to the SpeedCon YouTube channel. All of the VODs for this event and also the VODs for the past events, of course, are uploaded there. And you can subscribe and ring the bell to always be informed when there's a new video going online on the SpeedCon YouTube channel.
Awesome, I totally didn't just do that because that was the hardest attack and I needed to focus, and I can actually focus while somebody's talking in my ear, so that was perfect timing. Alright, Meiling's, whoa, careful about there. Meiling's last 2 cards are generally pretty chill, but her last card can... Oh, it can become problematic, so may need to focus for a second depending on how this goes. Looks to be pretty chill for now. Hopefully I don't eat my words. No, it's looking pretty chill. Basically, because of all the randomness of the bullets, they can be visually confusing, and you can sometimes just have a situation where just like all of us, like you're dealing with like 2 bullets at a time, and suddenly like 50 come at you. That's Touhou for you. Alright, start of stage 4 is pretty much still a memo. We take out the enemy at the start right here. We take out enemies at the top from one side, so we don't have to deal with 2 waves of these blue bullets. I align myself here a little bit on the right bottom side, because these fairies here could not, I don't know what they're called. Their attack is directed at me, so I can just kind of like tap to the side, and that will align me to the right and take out the second wave of these things that are spawning in. Now the same thing again, but this time I try to go on the, I try to make it so that when I'm done with this pattern, I'm on the left side instead. I'm not far enough on the left. Actually, I am far enough because I want to be right below these fairies, because as I take them out, they give me a screen clear, and that's really important because lots of enemies are here, and I want the screen cleared for this pattern here. And again, these are mostly directed at me. One more wave of that, and now the hardest pattern in the pretty much entire game, green books. I'm gonna focus here for 1 second. Maybe I can not die on this for once. At a marathon? No way, green books at a marathon! That's amazing. Alright, that is pretty much the hardest pattern of the game. Oh my god, it would be so hilarious if I die on the like easier pattern after that, but no, we're good. That is green books, ladies and gentlemen, and this is just hard difficulty, by the way. Oh, it doesn't matter. I missed a bomb. We're not using bombs. But yeah, this is just hard difficulty. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough for Lunatic. I promise to the crew, one day I will submit to Lunatic No Bomb. One day I will be good enough for Lunatic No Bomb. But unfortunately, today's not the day. We're just playing hard difficulty. For now. I am improving still. Alright, this pattern is pretty much still a memo. You just have to position yourself right. These are directed at you. The lasers are always in a static position. So you put yourself in the right spot. You kind of like micrododge them. And you're going to be all fine. Lots of stage patterns in Touhou are about memo. Especially this one. This is interesting. I'm not going to take out this fairy immediately. I'm actually going to stop shooting here. Because I want this screen clear to happen exactly here. So I can dodge all the way around like that. Oh no, that's bad. That is not what's happening. That's fine. I can misdirect them to the side. Emergency safety strats. And here, if I had homing shot Raimu, that would be fine. This would be trivial. I can just stay at the bottom. But because I have a directed shot, I have to know where the enemies are coming from. Because if I don't take them out immediately, like these bullets that are coming, would be coming at me, would completely overwhelm me. So that is fine. I know where they're coming from. It's always static. 3 fairies at the top here. I'm going to damage the middle one a little bit, then switch over to the left. And time my screen clears one more time. And that is stage 4, well, almost, that is the main stage part of stage 4 complete, but we have a boss to go. This is Pacioli. She's like kind of like the master of the library. Kind of like to recap the lore. There's like a red mist across the world, and Rhyme is sent to investigate, and it comes from some vampire mansion. I don't know. I don't follow Touhou lore. Read the Touhou Wiki if you want to know more about Touhou lore. But yeah, she's like the like master of the library or something. I don't know exactly. And she has some hard spell cards. This is where the difficulty of the game really ramps up. This card, if this card can just wall you, the main small blue bullets aren't really a big of a deal. The big ones can just wall you randomly. It can just throw a wall at you, but like that, but I dodged it. That was close. Alright, her second non-spell attack is pretty much the same as her first one, except it's just a little bit faster. Alright, I'm gonna have to be careful here to not get hit by the laser. Yep, align myself properly and then go to the left. Alright, Green Storm is a pretty, well, simple card related to what's coming after this. Actually's hardest card is coming up right after this, but compared to that, it's a pretty simple card. And now it's time for Water Elf. This is her hardest card. I'm gonna have to focus for just 1 more second. If the host wants anything to say, now's your time.
Alright, I want to let everybody know that you are awesome, and you have been so generous that you met the donation incentive for the bonus stage of this very run. There is one more donation incentive that needs to be met in this event. That is the boss shuffle for the Illusion of Gaia randomizer, currently sitting at $27 out of $50. So tonight that run is going to happen. Only $23 more, and then this donation incentive is met as well. So if you donate, make sure to set the incentive as part of the donation so that this incentive gets met, and we're going to see the boss locations shuffled in the randomizer.
Alright, in case you may have noticed my fist bump there at the end, yes, I captured Water Elf. That is amazing. It would be funny if my only death this entire run was that blunder on Cerno. That would be hilarious. Anyway, stage 5 is gonna begin with an incredible cheese. We're just gonna stay at the top left, and then just as these fairies shoot us, we're just gonna tap down. Why not? These bullets are directed at us, and at the bottom of the screen there is absolute mayhem. You wanna be down there? No, hell no. Alright, back to the top left to go, it just repeats. And then we just go back to the center again, because then the fairies come from the side. And then we're gonna have to very quickly go down, because then obviously the next phase of the stage starts. So I'm gonna have to weave my way through here a little bit, without obviously hitting any of these. And again, these are all directed, but I have to time my dashes so I don't make it so these waves, these directed way. Oh, that is bad. That is bad. Okay, okay. Focus time, focus time, focus time, focus time. That is a death. Yep, that is just walled. Nothing I can do there. Because it took too long for the right fairy. Remember that part about stage 2 where I said it doesn't matter how long I take on the mid-boss. Same thing applies here. In fact, it's better to wait here and do a safe strat, because the part right after Sakura here, after mid-boss Sakura, is way harder. So it's actually safer to do this like strat here and just take a lot of time here. Kind of like staying at the top of her hitbox and damaging her down slightly. Even timing out her card here until the last possible second to skip that phase of the later stage. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm actually going to stop shooting here. Gonna go around, left, go around, wait until literally the last possible second to start her spell card. I have to start her spell card because it does give a 1-up, and it is like, I guess in theory, it doesn't matter at this point because I am pretty safe to finish this run, but it is custom to, you know, not skip the spell card. Okay, that was close. Oh, no! Okay, I have to do an emergency strat here. Okay, we're good. I did an emergency strat because I accidentally went too far, but we're fine. Cool, and I skipped an entire section of the stage that you didn't see at all. That's really hard. Cool, so here's Sakura, the main boss of Sakura, and her non-spell cards are kind of like harder than her actual spell cards, which is interesting. Especially a second non-spell card, but we'll deal with that later. Her first non-card is really just all about reading. You have to really make sure, like, look where the gaps are and prepare yourself in advance. Her first spell card is pretty simple, actually. You just kind of look where the big red blobs are, and then you just go a little bit to the right, because all the blue knives are directed at you. You just kind of, like, tap to the side. That is the worst pattern I could possibly get. Great, all right. Ate my words there. Alright, second non-card. This would be the hardest attack, but because I just died, and remember, my rank just reset, as I mentioned earlier. The game has a rank system. The longer I survive, the harder the game gets, but when I die, my rank resets. So that pattern just became easier, and became double easier, because I also got a screen clear. Because I lost some power, then I gained my power back, and got a full power clear from that. So double easier, probably won't die on these cards either. I should really shut my mouth. Especially when she moves like that, this pattern can become much harder. Why did I say anything? That's amazing.
Do you want me to read a donation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I just thought because you wanted to shut your mouth. I have $25 here from Ms. Blue Moon. Thank you so much, saying good luck to all runners. Thank you for the generous donation. Really appreciate it.
Oh my god, it reversed the knife into me if you saw that. That was a little bit difficult to dodge there, but I expected to die there, like 100% expected to die there with that knife coming at me and everything from the back. But yes, that is stage 5. Unfortunately, one more death on stage 5, so we're at 2 deaths now, I believe. Normally I just realized my mouse cursor was on my life bar this entire time. Sorry about that. Sorry, tech. Oh my god, what am I doing? That is just that's a blunder. I'm nervous at this point. Sorry about that. Alright, 3 deaths. We're fine. I would still have 5 lives under normal circumstances, so this would be still a valid run under normal lives. Cool. These rings, they look really daunting until you realize that the main bullet is targeted at you, so all you have to do is just tap once to the side and you're good to go. Alright, Sakura makes her kind of like final stand here. She's the mid-boss of stage 6 right before the final boss, Remilia. It was like the source of all of his bad stuff happening, whatever. This pattern can wall you if you're unlucky, but normally it's fine like that. And then this is just pure and utter RNG. Let's see if I get overwhelmed, walled, anything. Not looking good so far. Also, it helps that I don't have max rank right now. But I will definitely reach max rank by the time, by mid Remilia fight. Alright, here's Remilia. She's like the main reason everything is going bad in the world of Touhou. She's a vampire. Vampires do bad things, whatever. This is the pattern I showed right before starting. Yeah, kind of have to really dodge right between there. In case you haven't noticed, the hitbox in this game is very, very tiny. In later games, there's actually a visible hitbox. And it is really just a couple pixels. But unfortunately, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil does not have a visible hitbox. There's a patch for that, but using it makes your runs pretty much like invalid for survival purposes because it is obviously a help. Alright, her second non-spell attack is a complete rout. Sorry. The first wave is just directed at you, and then she shoots from right to left and left to right. Mountain of 1,000 Needles. This card is, it's either good or bad. It really just depends. Either I capture it or I don't. It's really just all about micro-dodging. If you look right at my character. And we're looking good. We're looking good. Nice. That's a capture. All right. If I finish this with just 3 deaths, that's an amazing marathon run. It would be 2 if I didn't blunder on Cerno. Alright, this is not completely trivial. As you can see, Vampire Illusion is pretty much her second hardest card in the game. Her final spell card, by the way, funnily enough, is only her 3rd hardest card. Her hardest card actually is coming up as her 2nd last card. That's the interesting part. Like, she doesn't have her hardest card as her finale. But it looks like we're getting pretty decent RNG here. If you look on like left right now, for example, there's a massive wall. If that wall was directed at me, bad times. Bad times indeed. Alright, final non-spell for Rem. This is a kind of like a free face non-spell. She becomes invulnerable while shooting bullets at me. And then she goes in her next phase like this. This is just a streamed attack. We call this streamed because you just tap like to the side. That's what we called, you know, dealing with directed attacks. We stream them. Alright, and here is Scarlet Meister, literally the hardest card in the game. Let's see if I can pull off. If I capture is doing the marathon, that would be ridiculous. But don't expect it. Oh my god, you're kidding. Alright, that's a good start to Scarlet Meister. Oh my, no way a capture is doing a marathon. Look at the health by the top. No, there's no way. I don't believe it. Scarlet Meister kept doing a marathon. Let's go. Thank you. All right. Final spell card. Most interestingly, if I were to use a bomb right now, it would do no damage. Final spell cards in Touhou do not. The bosses do not take damage from bombs. And we will see that mechanic later on because the extra boss also has that same mechanic. In case I do need to bomb, but we probably won't need to bomb on the extra boss. Oh, I was hoping I could perfect Remilia, but nah. Can't have everything. 4 death run, I'm done. That is amazing. We're good, yeah. And that is how you beat Touhou 6 hard difficulty. With no bombs and just 4 deaths. You may notice that the game has stopped. The creator of the game, Zune, does not want endings to be shown of these games. So we are actually going to reboot the game and start it right back up. And you can enjoy this awesome background I made. Also, Cool, and we're gonna go right into the extra... Oh, I just realized because Alter 4 didn't save it. That's amazing. We're gonna do tour practice. That's fine. I can start it with tour practice. The practice patch has amazing features, like going right, you know, as I showed right at the start. If I could tap in the game, please. Thank you very much. Good. Do we want the category updated before I start? Because it still says hard no bombs. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Good. I'm gonna go... oh yeah, awesome. Cool. So I'm gonna go into practice start, and I can select extra from here. I just select none. Normally I would have the extra states unlocked normally, but because I tapped out of the game, and that didn't happen. I will start with the default lives, default bombs, no power obviously, and what would be the default rank of 16 for extra stage. This is just, I have to do this because the game didn't save and I completed the game. Extra stage only unlocks when you actually beat the game at normal difficulty or higher. But yeah, if we're good to go, then... Good to go? Alright, let's do the bonus incentive. Thank you all so much for donating to this. $100 for an amazing run. Let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, the extra stage. What is the extra stage in Touhou? It's a single stage that is much longer than the main campaign stages. And most importantly, you get much more limited resources. And also, as I said, the boss is invulnerable to bombs, which makes it doubly hard. So, like, you can't just bomb spam the bosses down. Alright, I'm gonna do an interesting strategy. You may see that I'm not picking up all the power. I'm at 15 power right here. That is one of a multiple of 8, and that is going to become important real soon. Because when I get to 128 power, I will get a full power clear, and I will actually use that full power clear strategically. Right now, I'm at 127 power. I am 1 power off. I wait. Here, take out this middle fairy right off the bat, and then do a full power clear right here to clear out that pattern. That pattern can become really, you know... Don't want to deal with it. Full power clear it is. Alright, I will also say that I've been less consistent at the extra stage than the main campaign, actually, especially because of this fairy. This fairy can be the first death of the extra stage for me, because she can just wall you like that, but we are good to go. Nice. Alright, Pacioli makes a surprise appearance as the mid-boss of stage 4. You may remember her from the main campaign stage 4. She has new spell cards for here. We're gonna and we're actually, despite the main run being no bombs, we're actually going to use bombs here because I didn't specify no bomb extra stage. Because it is much safer, and that's also what you would do in an extra stage speedrun. Right here, one moment, let me just focus for a moment. Just stay at the top there, dodge to the left, and then bomb as the pattern goes around you. Alright, just gotta focus down. I'm bombing this early. Bombing this early means that it's a bit hard to explain, but when you bomb, first of all, you make a little bit of damage, like a burst of damage, but then the boss kind of gets like a shield, so that your normal shot doesn't do as much damage anymore right after your bomb. So when you bomb on Pacioli in the extra stage, you want to time that bomb, and I time that a little bit off. Alright, this pattern here can become complicated, but in general it's pretty safe. This is just the beginning though. There will be 3 waves of this, and then the 4th wave will be everything together at once. Kind of like it will just spawn like 3 waves at once of this. So imagine this, but triple the bullet intensity, and that's what's about to happen now. Which is why I'm going to the side like this, misdirecting them all to the side, and hopefully there will be an opening. Nice, cool. These are directed one more time, so all I just have to do is stream them, aka just tap to the side. And then I will get my final one up right here. And that's it for lives. You have 4 lives the entire extra stage in Touhou 6. It's the least resources you have in any extra stage of any Touhou game. And preferably I don't want to use bombs, so we'll see how it goes. Embodiment of Scarlet, you may remember her, you may even recognize her theme. This is one of the most like recognizable Touhou theme you have. It's used in like the like famous Run McDonald's video where like some McDonald's clown is like falling off a bench or something. I don't remember exactly how it goes. But yeah, this is Flan. And kind of like the main stages of Touhou, her attacks get harder and harder. This one is just a route though. Her attacks get harder and harder if you don't know how to deal with them. This is a complete route. You just position yourself exactly like I did there, and you will always do this in the right way. Four of a Kind is, however, not a route. It has lots of RNG. She spawns 3 clones of herself, and mayhem ensues. I don't have time to explain like all the mechanics of this card, because there's going to be lots of things happening now, and I'm going to have to focus for a little bit. Let's see if I can pull off a capture. Nice, cool. That is a really fast capture too. I'm really interested what my time will be for this. Maybe I'll play it a little bit risky, play a little bit speedrun stats. Who knows? Who knows? All right, Kagome. Pardon my Japanese. I have no clue how to pronounce it. Pretty simple, as long as you don't get walled again. But I'm playing it safe. I'm playing it safe. No speedrun strats, sorry. I'm playing it safe. I'm gonna wait until she goes back in the middle. Maybe I should have not done... I should have gone to the side. Alright, we're fine. It's just 1 death for now. I have 3 more. But the next card may be a death. The next card is called Maze of Love. You're supposed to go in circles, and we're not doing that. We're doing the speedrun stat, because why not? We're going to stay at the bottom, and we're going to do micro-dodging. Just look at the bottom right now. I'm going to have to do a little bit of a stare here. Apologies. Let's see if I can pull this off. Hold it off. Nice. Let's go. That is micro-dodging all the way at the bottom of the card there. It is very, very precise. You tap... you tap your right or left key for like 1 frame too much, and you don't pull. You die. You run into a bullet. All right, Starboard Break is generally pretty simple, but I've eaten my words on this run on this showcase multiple times now. As said, we still have 2 lives. We are good. Worst case scenario, I can also resume using the practice patch. So even if I die, if I run out of lives, I can resume using the practice patch. That's really about Touhou. There are practice patches, there are marathon save strats, everything. We're gonna do the full speedrun study on KD Break. We're gonna go right below here. And we're just gonna hope that the card ends right there. Perfect. And that is the speedrun strat for that card. You just stay right below her, and it just works out perfectly. I'm gonna have to do a redirect on this non-card, unfortunately, which is sad. Normally this non-card would take a little bit shorter, but that's fine. Clocks at, whatever, clocks. I don't know why it's called... okay, that's not good. 1 life left. We should be fine. As long as I can capture the survival card, we should be fine. Because I need 1 life for the final spell card. If I die on the survival card, it's gonna get tricky. It's gonna get really tricky. Alright, survival card. What is a survival card? You haven't even seen this. She's gone. Never mind. So in the top right, there's a timer. A survival card. Every spell card has a timer, but a survival card, you can damage the boss. There is just a timer and fixed patterns. Now, if I get really close to dying, if I know I'm going to die, I will actually start using bombs. That is just purely because I need to preserve my life for the final spark, because I cannot do it with 0 lives. Because remember, bombs do not do damage against the extra boss, against Flan. So my 3 bombs that I would have left will not help me on the final card. I would be able to like chip damage her between bombs, but her final card also gets harder and harder as you damage her down. It's like the special mechanic where the lower her health bar goes, the harder that card becomes. Alright, this survival card starts out chill. You may have noticed the waves repeat now, but the waves will now stack up, and there's a really simple strategy to deal with this. You kind of just dodge horizontally. You make sure that you dodge the wave horizontally. You align yourself with the blue wave that spawns in now, and then I just dodge horizontally. And then as the green wave is approaching me, I go up. That's fine. Alright, final spell card. I can chip her health down already before it starts. It's a little bit of a bug, but that's fine. This is her final spell card. And this starts off very, very slow, but it will get faster and faster. If I capture this, that will be an absolute miracle the way I've been playing. But I mean, I've captured Scarlet Meister earlier, so we'll see. So it starts out super chill, you know, just some couple waves, but you may notice it's already getting faster. It's getting faster. It's getting faster. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we should be fine. We should be fine. I can just safety bomb worst case. Yeah, I'm just gonna safety bomb. We're gonna play it safe. We're gonna chip damage her through all the bombs. You can see she turns into a vampire. I'm just gonna bomb again here. Actually, no, we're safe. That's time. And that's the extra stage. 828. That is... I've done a 730, I believe, for marathons before, but I've had to use many, many bombs, so I'm totally fine with that. And that's Touhou. Alright, we don't have an ending to skip here. I can actually let the game run, and I will. I can't save the replay, actually, because I started this from practice start, unfortunately. VOD will be up on YouTube. Normally, I would save the replay and be like, hey, if you want the replay, this game has a replay feature. Just DM me on Discord, whatever, I'll send you the replay if you want to watch it back in your own Touhou player. But, yeah, that's Touhou for y'all. I apologize. If y'all want to learn Touhou, best way, literally just download the game, start playing. Start playing preferably on easy difficulty. You can't just go into hard difficulty and expect to make it through. Touhou is really just easy difficulty, hard, normal, really, really hard. Forget about these two for a while. Forget about these two. Yeah, as I said, I will promise one day, I will do Lunatic No Bomb. One day. But today is not the day. Was not the day. That's been it from me. We have many, many awesome runs coming up. I believe our lovely host will tell us about that. But George signing off, folks. First on-site event. It's been a day, and tomorrow I'll be hosting back as well. So I'll catch you very soon. Catch you around.
Thank you so much for this absolutely fantastic run. Touhou is always extremely bonkers to watch, and that was quite the performance. I was mesmerized at the screen.